Hi guys, this is Silent from the Indigo Company, Entropy Division, and today we are taking out the British reserve planes, the Fury Mark 1, the Fury Mark 2, and the Nimrod Mark 1. These aircraft are fast for the Tier 1s. Their turn times, however, are rather lackluster at 15.8 to 16 seconds long. It's not good. However, it's still fast because it's a biplane. You're just not going to notice it in the Tier 1 rounds because everything is a biplane. But if you were to take these into, say, a 1.5 battle rating 1.5 round where there's some monoplanes actually kicking around, it will become a good aircraft. However, at the reserve level when you're first playing it, it can be really a drag. And I say this as someone who's played them. I have the Spitfire now. So let's take them into the match, and I'll keep discussing them. One of the things with it is it's not a heavy plane. Its dive performance is not that great. So while its speed is high, don't expect to dive down and get like 500 kilometers an hour going, and then being able to hold that while your engine just slowly lets you bleed that speed off. No, once you get up near your top speed, it's going to be very hard to get above it, and if you do get above it, it's going to only be for a very brief time after your dive. So really, dives are not good energy, efficient or economic in this aircraft. Instead, what you're going to want to do is use your energy for maneuvers instead of dives. So use it for banking turns and things like that. Don't try to use it as an I-15. It's got a turn time that's almost 1.5 times as long. It's actually over twice as long. It's just not. It's not going to do that for you. It's a good plane. It's good for engaging ground targets. It's perfectly adept at that role. Just play to its strengths. And if you're unlucky at the start of the match, trail some smoke. We're in a Tier 1 match, so we're probably going to get rammed here. We may ram into somebody because it's just a fest of grouping up on the one enemy who broke off from the main group's tail and shooting them down, and it's very easy to smack into planes. It's very easy to give friendly fire, and there's really not a lot of reason not to, because there's not a large repair cost, so there's not a lot of cost if you shoot someone down, because that's sort of how War Thunder makes you not want to shoot people down who are on your team, is by making you pay the repair bill. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the back of the pack. In this case, it's going to be this P-26. We're going to get on his tail. We're going to roll. We're going to miss every shot. We're going to do a loop. Which is, in this aircraft, relatively energy efficient. However, this thing's guns suck. Especially stock. You see, we almost got into a little wreck there because it's very close to that guy who was also trying to kill this P-26, and hopefully I don't get too much tunnel vision and get shot down, but there's not really a lot I can do about it, because once somebody wants to get on my tail, there's very few aircraft I can shake. It's not really anything I can do. It's just the way the plane is. I think the British are a little underpowered at Tier 1, but they have some really great planes afterwards, so it is worth the grind. Every nation has their stumbling block aircraft. This is the British. You see, you can get kills with it, as I just proved. It's just not easy. One thing you want to be doing is making sure your lead indicator doesn't do anything predictable. If you can, you want to keep moving. And he jammed my elevator controls, so I died. But that's you play with Russian planes, play against Russian planes in a Nimrod or in a Fury, and you're gonna get shot down. There's nothing you can do about it. You live and you learn. Ducks quack, dogs bark. The game ends before you can get your second plane out, and it's been a pretty awesome match, honestly. That was a pretty good round for my first time taking out the British in a very long time. Anyway, guys, once again, I'm Silent from the Indigo Company's Entropy Division, signing off.